So here we are, ready to act. We've done all of our diagnostics and we're at video 6 of 7, where we will enter into ideation, brainstorming, and action planning. The ideation tool allows the CIT to facilitate a brainstorming process that brings together the providers, the clients, the health officers, the in charge, to really reflect on what has been done in the past, what new solutions may be possible to answer the how might we question at each of the 5 levels. And there are 3 parts to the ideation. First, discussing what works and what doesn't work. 2, brainstorming and quote-unquote thinking big, using sticky notes, inspiration cards, and then the 3rd phase, narrowing down the big list to key solutions that are low effort and high effort. And I'll get into this in the next few slides. A new addition in this adapted version is to ensure the inclusion and participation of all of those that were interviewed, so that there's a participatory discussion and the entire group can see how the diagnostics came together to start generating priority solutions focused on provider behavior in the 5 categories. So you'll see part 1 here. In the 5 categories, the how might we questions are listed, and then what are some actions that have been done? Why were they successful, or why did they fail? Next, we have a set of inspiration cards. These are some samples of inspiration cards that are available in the handouts. Again, they will have to be assembled front and back, but you'll see a couple examples here. And these are provided to really just allow all the participants to get some thoughts in their head besides, getting stuck on typical solutions, and have a better discussion. So the group uses Post-it notes to put them all on a wall, individual ideas up on a wall. After all the ideas are on a wall, so this is thinking really big, out of the box, big solutions, small solutions, nothing is right or wrong. After all the ideas are put on the wall, the group starts to begin discussing those proposed solutions and cluster those solutions that are similar. And once the solutions are clustered, they can determine whether the proposed solutions can be modified and realistically implemented in the context of the healthcare facility. And this is with the assumption that in the first part, you have removed those that have not worked well and highlighted those that have worked well in the past. So here's the next stage in ideation. You have all these groups in clusters, and now is the really tough part where we have to really narrow down 2 to 3 new or adapted solutions that answer that how might we question. So as a group, we look at the clusters, let's say for example in community, and there's 4 to 5 clusters, and you go through and reach a consensus considering what is the lower hanging fruit. Are there small doable actions? What will take more effort but needs to be done in the long term? And those are listed here in this line. Next is choosing one solution for each category that could best answer or solve the how might we question, whether it's low effort and it can be done now with very little resources, or it can be done next and it's high effort and requires more resources. After this is filled out, the team can revisit ideation part 2 for new solutions to try. On to the action planning. So This is the time where we review the solutions from the ideation activity 1 and 2 and prioritize 3 to 5 actions to start using the action template. We need to be really realistic as to how many actions we can handle as a core implementation team, or if we're working with NGOs and others, how realistic is it to be able to do these actions? In this step, this is when the core implementation team creates the plan for each proposed solution, who it's for, what resources and activities are needed, how it will be monitored for success, and not listed here, but as an adaptation that we've made, it will also include roles and responsibilities and sources of data collection that can be linked to indicators of success. And there's several sources that are listed in the slide deck, including Breakthrough Actions Family Planning Indicator Bank, and we can also include data for impact and other quantitative and qualitative metrics to look at indicators for success. And the team may choose to focus on a couple of solutions for the immediate future rather than creating action plans for every category to make it manageable. And that is our action plan. Now, we're going to revisit the flow and wrap this up so that you can start implementing.